Welcome
Today.
I'm telling you,
that
I
was the
counted.
longest 5-second countdown ever. Welcome to St. Augustine this evening, the Mike Davis Show. It is June 20th, which means it's the first day of summer. Woohoo! Everybody loves the first day of summer.
Seems like such a long day.
I know, it does seem like a long day, but not the longest day. That was on June the 6th. So we have a great show for you. We've got trivia. The kids have all been warned about what they can and can't talk about today. We're not going to have a reoccurrence of last Thursday's show.
Fine.
We'll see about that.
I have a hall monitor named Blake Blevins who is going to make sure this stays exactly the way it should. Look at him that way, like you're looking at me.
No. He's looking at you because I pay the rent.
How much is that?
Anyway, so your gracious sponsors today.
Way to shift it. All right, our sponsors today, Moultrie and Moultrie Creek Diner and Anastasia Diner. These are neighborhood diners, are more than just a place to eat. They are where hospitality blooms and friends gather. Bring your own or make new ones. Andy's talking about friends. The coffee is always hot. The smiles are genuine and the food tastes like home. Every meal is a chance to make memories, share stories, and create bonds that last a lifetime. It's not just about the food on the plate, but the community that comes together at the table. Come see us at the Moultrie Creek Diner, Anastasia Diner. Tell them Andy sent you. Mm-hmm. Also tell them the 904 Now Network and the Mike Davis Show sent you.
Yes.
All of those.
Probably us, right?
Us.
Probably us.
Just
All right.
us.
A to Z, they offer free estimates, and they have been serving St. Johns County for over 20 years in the construction industry. They offer painted metal roofs for saltwater area homes with warranties for up to 25 years. A to Z offers shingle roofs with warranties for up to 50 years. They install tile roofing, cedar shake shingles, designer roofing, and flat roof coverings. Recent job photos with material descriptions can be seen at A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing.com. Let Chuck McCone and his team take care of all your roofing needs. Bozard Ford Lincoln in St. Augustine, their goal is to make sure your time and experience buying a car is stress-free, fun, and enjoyable. Bozard is a family-owned Ford dealership that has been in business since 1949. Bozard Ford Lincoln has been the recipient of numerous dealer awards, including being ranked #1 automotive dealership in the nation by Dealer Rater. Bozard Ford has also won back-to-back President's Awards, which is the highest honor given by Ford Motor Company. Check them out today online at bozardford.com or head down there, have dinner at Ford's Garage, have the Jiffy Burger. Tell them Mike Lewis sent you.
Mike Lewis loves the Jiffy Burger. I hear he eats one every day.
Every day.
And Solar Stick, established in 2006, they're a local portable power company proudly committed to American manufacturing, constant innovation, and creating jobs right here in St. Augustine, Florida. Solar Stick's focus on providing solutions for self-sufficiency helps users all over the world complete missions and save lives. Solar Stick, changing lives, saving lives, and reviving American manufacturing right here in the nation's oldest city. Lenny, don't let the chair win.
I've already lost 2 battles, 2 rounds. I'm trying to get it, so at least I got one in my corner.
It took 4 reads for him to share the show.
You're
all right.
being
Did he?
kind.
I did it while Amanda was reading ads.
Yeah.
Today is the first day of summer. There's also concerts in the plaza. So, which is what's that?
I had to match her shirt to find out
Yes.
what show I'm doing.
That's it. You gotta do
The
that.
microphone's over here.
Well, I'm talking to Amanda and Mike, and they're over there. Someday I'll
Talking
get
to the mic,
I'm
Leonard.
talking to the mic.
There's no-
It's right there.
There's notes on their microphones.
Yeah.
There's not enough room to put a note on this microphone for you, Lenny. The reason there's notes on those microphones is because of you. We're trying to step up over here.
All right.
Oh, gosh. Julie, help us.
All right.
We won't take offense. You can talk towards the camera.
Thank you.
All right. So before we get
was very
to
polite.
a whole bunch of really fun trivia questions, they're much better than last week. Blake, you're in deep trouble. They're all Marine ones. I'm just saying.
I'm reaching, Lenny.
No. Before we get to all of that, so we have a bunch of things to talk about. We'll just stick on 3. So we got to go. Is it cheap? Money for nothing, or what are we? So what do you want to pick, Mr. Blevins?
I want to go with what are we?
What are we?
Because I feel like the first 2 were 100% about me.
Most of last week's show was about dunking on you too. What's up with that?
That's what Mike Davis does.
Well, and again, congratulations for Monday and also yesterday. You had the ribbon cutting for the house and Can Wright House, and just amazing work that you did. I was talking to Greg White today, was singing your praises. I said, is there a different Troy Blevins? Because I only know one.
Well, I had an amazing crew, and we hired the right people, and you know about that. I mean, that's how your company's been successful for 60 plus years.
70 this year.
70.
70 this year.
Well, that's still 60 plus.
It's still 60 plus. You were not all wrong.
And you look fabulous for 70. I have to
Thank
say.
you. I feel good. I got to tell you, I feel good. I feel like I'm just getting into the groove.
Yeah. But I mean, I learned by watching you, picking the right people to do the right things. You come in on time and on schedule.
Yes.
So, and under budget.
Under budget.
Yeah.
Right. So you picked What Are We?
Yes.
So
what are we?
A debate started raging this week out in the kind of media sphere. Right?
Media. Okay.
The media sphere. So I will ask you straight up, do we live in a country that's a democracy or is it a republic? Because that's the debate that raged this week. There's all kinds of things that are going on in the world, but that's the debate that began raging.
We're a democratic state.
Okay.
So I would probably lean more towards a republic.
All right. Amanda, as the teacher in the room, would you like to hear the other answers or would you like to chime in now?
I mean, we're a representative republic. That's what we are.
Yeah.
Right.
That is what we are. We're not a straight democracy. The founding fathers were scared to death of a straight democracy because the tyranny of the majority could take away the rights of the minority. And that was their fear, and that's why there's checks and balances set up throughout the Constitution, and that's why the Constitution is such an important document. There have been people out there screaming for years to protect the democracy. And someone brought up to them, well, you really should be protecting the republic, not the democracy. The democracy screamers lost it this week, including James Carville. The guy that played...
He has the same barber as me.
They do.
Yes, but he had a successful career in the Lord of the Rings movies. You did not.
Oh, that's true.
He does look an
Because I
awful
would
lot
never
like
be in
Gollum.
that nerdy of a movie.
he
I
doesn't
turned
look-
down all those roles.
Yes.
That's why we got subpar hobbits.
That's why we got
That's
so because we couldn't get Troy.
They wanted me to turn in my financial records.
Speaking of Hollywood, I gave you one of the highest compliments I ever had. We were talking about A Big Beautiful Life, that Italian movie. Is that the name of it?
It's a beautiful
Life is
life.
beautiful.
It's a
What it
beautiful
is.
life.
So
You know what it is.
I know what it is.
Not even answering
You thought it was a freaking documentary.
No.
I watched I watched the shows except when I was throwing up embarrassment of you being my friend.
So the thing that I said in the movie is I finally found a short actor, right, that you are better looking than. The guy in that movie, you're a much better looking guy than him.
Yeah, I will take any compliment from you, and if you feel that's a compliment, that's a compliment,
The insult would be, oh my
by
God,
watching-
Troy, that guy is so much better looking than you.
But I will accept it because you feel it's a compliment because I'm not really sure what world you lived in because of the way you rated that movie.
Straight up good rating.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Listen,
I think you missed the whole point.
Davey will be out of therapy in about 20 minutes and be
I
logging
can
on.
tell you this: the shots of the two of you while you were talking, and Davey, zero poker face whatsoever. He was just like, "Is he really talking out loud?" And you were,
Right. So, Blake, are we a republic or democracy? You're the generation that counts. We're running out of time, so it depends if you're going to be able to hold on to what they told you to hold on to.
We should be a representative democracy.
So we're a representative republic, not a representative democracy.
Yeah.
But that's yes. It's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, the sparkling ice hasn't kicked in yet.
It's all right.
Yeah. So I mean, and a lot of people, and I know there's a lot of talk about the Electoral College and that portion of how we handle the presidency. And I don't think people realize our first 5 presidents, the public didn't get to vote.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And for them to give up that to the public, they created this safeguard of our republic. I mean, our founding fathers.
But those that are curious, how were the first 5 presidents elected? History man.
But they were elected by the Congress itself and by those representatives. George Washington no one in the general public voted for George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, or James Monroe. And it wasn't until the sixth one, and there was 4 people that were in it. They didn't get enough. Their rules didn't fall into place. And the person who got the most votes, which was Andrew Jackson, he didn't get the presidency because James Quincy Adams, who was a House of Representatives, John Quincy Adams, sorry. There was back-to-back Jameses. Yeah. So tried to make 3 of them in a row. Thank you for that. John Quincy Adams, he was already in the House of Representatives, and it went to the House to make that decision. He had more friends over there, and that's how he ended up with the presidency. Kind of fell into place better with Andrew Jackson in the.
Was he our 7th president?
7th president. Old Hickory was our 7th president. So, but I mean, the first take of it, it was very, very controversial. Like, they think the last one about popular votes and stuff like that was it was nothing compared to what happened in our 6th presidency, because the 4th guy actually had a major stroke, couldn't even talk, was convalescent, and he got like 12% of the votes. Wow. Because the word didn't get out that he was sick. Yeah. So
was that Biden's uncle?
Yeah.
So I'm just asking. I mean, it
was his older brother.
His older brother. Okay. So James Carville just called you and all of us at this table giant fools for thinking that America
except for Blake
is a republic rather than a democracy. So here's a guy who's been involved in politics his entire life.
How does he defend that?
I very loudly and with some F-bombs. Yeah, but he just screams. He looks just like Gollum looking for the ring when he screams at this.
I think Carville's a fairly intelligent guy. I don't understand how he defends the history and how he changes that. So I'm going to have to read more about that.
He said, I'll give you the article. He said, these Americans are foolish and their statements are stupid. Despite Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution. Yes. Yeah. So, Republic, So, he needs a little history lesson. I'll be glad to let you talk to him about it.
Yeah, I lean a little more towards his side
than yours. You do. He would rather
have
have a conversation with you than with me.
Because, I mean, I do. I think a lot of his points are valid, and it's good to create the argument. But I don't see how he's got this on the history side.
No, it's always been a democratic republic. It hasn't been one or the other. It's been hyphenated.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So
that's from a Cornell grad.
From a Cornell grad. All right. So our other two are, is it cheap or is it real? Right. And money for nothing. So which way you want to go?
Oh, money for nothing then.
Money for nothing.
Cheap. I clearly know the cheap ones targeted at me.
So several weeks ago, there was glee. There was happiness on this show on a Thursday because the former president was convicted of how many counts, Blake?
34.
Okay. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to get in the show.
But who's counting?
But who's counting?
Everybody's counting.
I'm obviously not. But there was a former president convicted. So this week, Thomas Massey, who is a representative in Congress, said, you know what? If we're going to apply that rule, that concept of law to President Donald Trump, then we should go back through and release all the records of the Congressional Slush Fund. So there's a $17 million over time that has been paid to staffers or people that have said members from both parties in Congress and the Senate have abused them or assaulted them.
The fact that we have to have that.
And they were paid off.
Tells you how much illegal activity.
So hang on. Let me finish this thought because you're going with a good thought. But here's the thing. If that's election interference for Trump, then it's election interference for every single one of them as well. And the only difference is Trump wrote his own check. We, the taxpayers, wrote that $17 million.
Yeah, no, and like I said, the fact that we even have to have it is ridiculous.
Yes.
There's a quick little blurb, I think it's on YouTube, about all the crimes of the people in Congress. All right. But it goes through all the different crimes and stuff like that. But it doesn't tell you it's Congress. And they go, is that professional football? Is that the NBA? Or is that Major League Baseball? And the crimes are long, and you're like, oh my gosh. And it kind of takes your brain going there, and you're like, oh, it's got to be the NBA. It's got to be baseball. And then they go, no, it's the whatever members of Congress. What is
We're
it,
not even
500?
talking about insider trading.
It's
We're
like-
just talking about crimes that they've gone after.
We're talking violent crimes.
Yeah.
We're talking drug convictions. We're talking a lot of crimes. Of our elected officials, and I think people would really be shocked by it. And like I said, with the whole Trump thing, do I think he was guilty of the things that they said he was? Yeah. Do I think it was all trumped up? Sorry for the pun there.
I love the pun.
Do I think it was all trumped up? Yeah, I do. I think it was 100%, and I think it was it was a political job.
Was it a witch hunt?
No, I think if he'd have been a little nicer, he might not have been in that situation too. He lost a lot of friends in New York, so.
Well, he didn't have a lot of friends in New York. Having come from New York, the man was a grifter there. I mean, if you were in the contracting business and he was your client, you would still be looking to get paid. In a lot of cases.
I've
Atlantic
talked
City
to
never
I've talked to
recovered.
people that have worked for him that didn't get paid. I've talked to people that worked for him that got paid.
Well, I'm sure people got
So
paid because otherwise nobody would ever work for him.
I talked to a little bit of both along the way.
Yeah,
So-
Atlantic City never recovered from Trump.
Right.
You know, and
how do you lose money in a casino?
and-
That's
well,
the
and here-
question there.
I don't know if Atlantic City is cursed as a city, but I don't know if you guys know, Atlantic City put in like a $600 million revitalization program in 2019. They finished it in the beginning of 2020. What happened?
The loneliest ribbon cutting ever.
Yes. Well, no, they couldn't even do it. I mean,
Yeah.
it was completely, everything was canceled in Atlantic City for almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
How dare Trump do that?
yeah, but no, Trump can't get out of what he did in Atlantic City. I mean, he that's when he had to file for bankruptcy. He
The Taj Mahal, right?
he got a little a little too big for his britches. I mean, he was cruising, and he way overstepped where he was at, and that's where he's
What
in
I'm
trouble in New
taking
York.
from you is I'm believing that Atlantic City is cursed, and so none of this was Trump's fault. It has to do with the curse.
Yeah.
As a Trump
As a
supporter,
Trump
that's
supporter,
how I'm taking that. I can go to bed. I'm perfectly fine with
I
that.
gave you your out.
Yes.
Go ahead and just take
I
it.
feel so much better.
Since you
He's not
gave me such a
responsive.
strong compliment earlier in the week.
I did. That guy actually won an Oscar, and you're better looking than him.
Yeah.
I mean, he got to kiss Halle Berry, though.
Troy
was
kissed Halle.
assault.
Troy kissed Halle
Much,
Berry.
much to her
So many
Yeah.
times.
Exactly.
So many
He
times in
didn't
my
ask her.
imagination.
All right. So our last one is cheap or real. So there's been
I'm so scared what you mean by this.
Yeah.
There's so many ways that you can take the word cheap and then you include the word real with it. Just go
just
ahead.
one of
Just
your
go
worst fears. Just tell us what your worst fear
Just
is.
go with me. Real cheap. Reverse them.
Let's just go. I just want to hear where this is going.
Louis must be watching.
Louis is at church right now, and I don't want a lightning bolt to hit
Lightning
him.
bolt. All right, so
Because of me.
Our press secretary Jean-Pierre came out this week and said that a lot of the videos about Joe Biden are cheap fakes. They're not deep fakes; they're cheap fakes. So when you see him walking slowly or you see him pausing, that those are not real. To prove that she was right, CBS ran a 7-second clip or 17-second clip where Biden was looking at the paratrooper, but it was the wrong paratrooper this week, right? She ran the same clip that they said was the cheap fake. It was the exact, I mean, it wasn't doctored or undoctored anyway. So my question is, are these videos of Joe Biden appearing to have issues, are they real or are they fake? Amanda?
I mean, I'm sure there are some that are AI generated, but I mean, he legitimately froze on stage and Barack Obama had to help him off the stage at the big Hollywood fundraiser that just happened. I mean, this just keeps happening.
Okay, perspective.
Yeah.
Did he freeze or was he looking at the adoring crowd that was cheering for him and taking it all in as adulation?
How long do you get to stare before it becomes a freeze?
Depends on how long the
I don't know.
ovation goes.
I'm a starer, so I catch myself like sometimes just
Rebecca,
looking.
can you confirm that for us?
I'm a starer. Like I'll lock in, my brain will go someplace else, and I'm a starer. So I don't know if he is that, but I think it is a combination of both. I mean, he is an 84-year-old man.
Right. And he's terribly wooden, actually. You know, he's
He
not
didn't
fluid. He's
used to
very
be.
wooden. Well, you know, he
Yeah.
used to be 84.
Yeah.
So.
And I'll tell you, I mean, here's a guy who overcame a stutter, And as your mental capacities start to leave you, some of those things come back. So sometimes the processing takes a little longer.
So are you more dyslexic at this age than you were at 40?
I believe I am.
Okay.
I honestly believe I am. And the reason is my memory's not as good.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is Thursday.
yeah. Thank you. And Blake, I'd love to hear your input in this. When you're sleepy and tired, do you stutter more? Do you hesitate more? Because you're a guy who battles some of these things that the presidents went through.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Like definitely waking up is like my worst like mental state. I would say that even now even though it's just like the five of us in the room right now. No, there's like lots of people out there, like Barbara Jean, Bobby, like having that expectation about like knowing like, am I going to say something stupid next? Like that gives me like a lot of hesitation.
No, your dad and I are here for that.
Yeah, but
you're here for intelligence.
I'm here for
the stupid stuff.
I'm here for the stupid stuff.
We've got you covered there, Blake.
But I mean, I do think it's a combination of both. I mean, I think it is a combination. His age and his position probably creates a hesitation. Mm-hmm. And you know, from just with me, 30 years ago, I was a lot quicker with my responses than I am right now, and not politically as correct as I am now. Believe it or not, I was worse. So
much. This is a seasoned version of Troy.
Yeah.
If you had been at the original lunches, you would have thrown a punch at him too, like I did.
Luckily, he hits more like this.
All right, so I have kind of two things. I don't think that any of it is fake. I think that them saying that it's fake only draws more attention to it, which was a stupid move politically this week and PR-wise. And then I watched Obama help Joe Biden, President Biden, off the stage at the Hollywood fundraiser. Mm-hmm. And when I saw it, I thought to myself, he doesn't like Joe. And follow this with me, right? So Joe's struggling to leave the stage. Mm-hmm. Obama has two choices, right? He has three. He could just leave him, and he didn't, right? He says, I'm going to go back for him. But when he went back for him, where did he put his hand on Joe to guide him and get his attention?
I've got the clip if you want to show it.
He grabbed his forearm, right? Which made Joe look even older and more distracted, and as though it's how you would help an elderly person somewhere, right? Grabbing the forearm. I thought Obama completely blew it. He should have walked up, put his arm around Joe's shoulder. They should have both held their hands up. He should have held Joe's hand up, right? Look like your buddy's going arm in arm. And he eventually does do that. But after he's kind of put his hand on him, and that makes Joe, to me, look incredibly old.
Can you show the clip? Because I'm looking at it through a different set of eyes.
It's 11 seconds that he's staring off into the crowd. And you could argue he's watching something, but he just sort of freezes. So here it is.
Yeah, so my beef is
that there he freezes.
Obama could have helped them a little better get off the stage. That's my beef.
He gives him a little jerk, and then he immediately kind of jumps.
So that's, as you're watching that's my kind of beef on it.
No, I think Obama did what he was supposed to do. I mean, he was trying to help a friend.
I think he's saying there's smoother ways that you could have done.
Oh yeah, no, I understand.
If you were out there, I would have made you look good leaving the stage. I'd have tripped or something just to make you look good.
I understand where you're going, but I mean, it's all happening in that quick moment, and it probably caught Obama off guard too. Like, hey, what's Joe doing? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then he's got to make a decision. Which of those three do I have to make?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think he could have put his arm around him like I do with Lenny.
Yes.
Just because.
I watch you bring Lenny into the studio and out every week, and I'm so impressed.
This way Lenny talks into the microphone.
Yeah. and I will say that
your thesis I think we just got the thumbnail, everybody, just so you know.
Thank you. Your thesis is, it's a cheap shot. It may not be, it's a cheap shot. And it goes both ways. Mm-hmm. They're doing it to Trump. With him staggering down the ramp at West Point when he was president, taking two hands to drink a bottle of water, mispronouncing the name or misremembering the name of his physician, who's a congressman, Ronnie Jackson, not Johnson. Mm-hmm. The Democrats are doing it to him. It's a cheap stunt.
Yeah.
You know,
But any
and
weakness-
it gets looks, it gets likes. You know?
Any
And they do the
weakness-
same thing the other way, and they do the same thing the other
Any
way.
chink in the armor. You know, maybe that should be our
So-
phase or
Word
word
of
of
the
the
day.
day is chink in the armor. Any chink in the armor, the other side's going to attack, and that's just
To exploit.
So I want you to watch this, right? So a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, they decide that President Biden is no longer going to walk to the helicopter when he's leaving the White House by himself.
yeah.
Because when he walks by himself in grass, he looks incredibly old, right?
He drags his feet.
He drags his feet. He has that kind of stuff. If you've had elderly family members, he fits into that category of he shouldn't be walking on the grass by himself. So Jill was walking with him. Then they decide we're going to put people around him. And I thought, okay, that's an interesting thing. But when I watched the clip of him leaving last week to go, what was really interesting is you have all of these fit Secret Service people that were walking around him.
It enhances it.
No, they were walking like him. They were not. You know, if you've got
That's a solid move.
if you've got a fit guy, right, that's your protector and your detail, that guy is walking confidently. He's putting out the air of, if you come after the guy that I'm protecting, I got you.
Hey,
And
good
these
luck-
guys were all
good
kind of
luck getting to
shuffling
him,
along,
Mike.
and I'm like, oh my gosh.
See if that works for you.
No, I'm just saying. I thought it was very interesting. They must have tried it and filmed it with them walking next to him like they would normally walk in their gate, and said, "We still can't hide it. You guys got to slow down and walk at his pace." And when I watched it, I was like, they have all been told to slow down and walk at his pace. And I just guess like they're doing a really good job of trying to hide
and you
it.
still don't believe the Republicans are staging.
They stage everything.
Okay, all right.
Everybody
I
stages
just wanna
everything.
make
I'm just
sure
simply
that,
telling you.
You know, whatever they're going to do, they're going to enhance that chink in the armor, and it's going to happen on both sides. And it's going to get worse until
Donald
November.
Trump provides most of the sound bites for the down. They don't have to work hard.
This
The
trial's helped him
Republicans
out.
got to actually film Joe somewhere when he comes out of the basement, which isn't often, and you got to catch him. Trump will just go to a rally and give you something at 8 o'clock, and go to another rally and give you something at 2, and go to another rally and give you something at 9. Amazing stamina that man has.
Yeah. I mean, you got to give him credit. In his mid 80s, he is a high energy guy, but he's always worked that way.
Yeah.
You know, he's always been that guy.
Yes, and I think it just, for me, what's scary about this might be the last election, and we may have already passed it, where you're going to get stuff later in this cycle that really is AI fakes. And which side it comes from. I think DeSantis was accused of using an AI fake against Trump in the primary around the Iowa caucus, right? So we're getting into some really strange territory here. When you're going to look at something in 6 months and go, I have no idea if that's real or fake.
Skynet.
And the technology is only going to get more and more enhanced to make it even more difficult.
More
Yes.
advanced. Yeah.
Cyberdyne Systems is not our friend.
No.
It's just not our friend. All right. So I've got a ton of questions. Blake, are you good over there? Are you deep faking me?
He's studying
What are you studying for?
the questions of the.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I got them all from Encyclopedia Britannica today.
I'm turning
Oh,
my phone
Grace.
over.
You're turning your phone over.
So-
Are we going now?
Yeah.
We're going now. Let me find, because today's a great day. Today is
Today is a great day.
today's a great day. It's the first
If
day
you're
of
having
summer.
a great day, put it in the comments.
If you're having a great day, let us know you're having a great day.
Why do you think I haven't lifted my phone yet?
That's why you're having a great day.
He's having a great day.
Yeah.
And this is the last show, at least for a couple months, where you're going to be older than me, because next show we'll be the same age again.
We are the same age for
So
a brief period of time.
I'll stop calling you sir.
You can call me
for
whatever
like 2
you want.
months.
You can call me whatever you want. It's better than some of the things you've called me in the past, especially when I was reffing your games and you were being an ass.
Oh, you were horrible.
All right, so today's the first day of summer. So
All right.
how much daylight from sunset, right, to sunrise to sunset this morning, how much daylight is in the day? It's the longest day. So in St. Augustine, because it's different all around the world, how much daylight do we have today?
I don't know. 13 hours and 12 minutes.
Okay. Lenny?
14 hours.
Troy?
I'm going to do 1401.
Blake?
I'm going to say 1402.
Oh, ouch, that hurt.
Oh, wow.
That hurt. You could have crushed
Yeah,
Lenny, but you come
yeah.
after Dad.
Yeah. It's the first time he hasn't wanted to be in the middle. So it's actually 1404. 14:04 is the actual amount of time. So Blake
Going last help.
Going last. All right. So for me, I always look. The equator's boring because it's always the same. So Kenai, Alaska. I went and looked at Kenai, Alaska. So Lenny, how much daylight? How many hours and minutes of daylight is there in Kenai, Alaska today? Longest day of the year.
9 hours. And 2 minutes. Apparently I need the extra minutes to win.
You might need the extra minutes to win.
I think Lenny went the wrong way on that one. I'm going to say 22 hours.
Daylight?
Yeah.
Daylight. Summertime. Wintertime is dark all year.
I'm upside down.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
We're not in Tierra del Fuego?
9 hours, 22 hours.
22 hours. I'm gonna say 23 hours 15 minutes.
23:15.
Yep.
I'm gonna say
The land of the midnight
23:16.
sun. It never sets.
23:16. All right. The actual is 19 hours and 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. But there's a first light and a last light, right? So, Troy, you actually got that right. So how many minutes today between first light and last light? So it's actually the sun is set or the sun is getting ready to rise, but the light is out there, right? It's still, there's still light in the environment, but the sun is set. Now, how many minutes between that and Kenai, Alaska today?
Kenai, Alaska today. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go 1,200 hours or 1,200 minutes.
1,200 minutes between. So this is
Whoa,
okay.
whoa.
Between the lights, like the
12,
like
so-
during that.
No,
time.
so the
1,200 minutes.
So the sun goes down, right? Okay, and then light finally goes away. And then how long before pre-dawn light starts up again?
Before it starts again.
Yes.
Okay, I went the other way.
Yeah, you went the other way.
Okay,
Yeah.
I went the other way.
Which was way wrong. Blake is right.
Thank you. I was thinking
Yes.
of the amount of light between those.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 184 minutes.
184 minutes. Blake,
69 minutes.
69 minutes. Popular answer.
Dang it. I'll say 183.
Go ahead,
I'm
lady.
picking back into the smart kid. I'm doing, what'd you say? I'm going one more than you. 79, 80.
He said 69.
Let's stick with 80.
All right. So the actual answer is 11 minutes.
Only 11
There's
minutes.
11 minutes. So the sun goes down and then it's
Because
light.
they call
and
sunset, but you still have
yeah,
light.
you still have
Yeah.
light. And then
Okay.
11
Wow.
minutes in Kenai. That's you're like, okay, it's dark. Oh, I missed it. I missed it. 11
The
minutes is
street
actual
light
time.
roll there.
Yes.
I don't know if you had it when you were a kid.
Come on when the
Yeah.
streetlights go on?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I always kind of find it's interesting because we live somewhere where we got 14 hours. That's pretty cool. The equator, it's pretty much 12 and 12. You rarely see any change in that. But yeah, I was really struck with 11 minutes between
That's
the
wild.
two. All right,
Oh, it's the other land of
Blake-
the midnight sun.
Blake
Yeah.
got that one again with the 60.
I know Blake's up too. All right, Blake, what senator this
We got under
weekend
him.
posted on social media himself cooking on the grill? He had burgers on the grill. He had cheese
On the raw patty.
on the pat. Wait a minute, he had it on the patty, but he had not taken the wrapper off the cheese. Which senator posted that this weekend?
That's a male.
Oh.
I said he.
You did say he.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Warren would never use a grill because it uses gas, natural gas, and that
No.
only pollutes the environment.
No,
so you
no,
know it's not her.
no, the senator's a non-binary, so
Yeah.
it has. I'm sorry, Lenny. It has to be a New Yorker. I'm going to say Chuck Schumer.
Manda?
Yeah, Chuck Schumer is who I was going
Chuck
to go
Schumer's
with.
not putting cheese on his hamburger. I'll just leave that one out there.
For the video, he might though.
That's true. Very true.
Lenny, take the point.
Because I'm going Schumer too.
In that case, Senator Schumer, what did you do?
Because I'm going Schumer also.
Fine, I gotta hook my star
You
to a
know,
wagon.
it's bad. It's bad when your New York vibe goes, it could have been my senator. I'm a New Yorker too. I would never do that.
Oh, I didn't care that it was from my
And then
senator.
Blake's like, Lenny, shut up and take the point.
Yeah, but he would do it. He would do it, and that's why the rapper was still on. He
You
was
mean
doing
Chuck
it.
doesn't keep kosher?
Yeah,
Damn it.
It was a fake video.
Oh.
Yep.
So it was probably fake
Both
cheese.
sides
It
do
was
it.
cheap fake.
Right.
Both
Yes.
sides do it.
Both
If it
sides
had a
do.
wrapper, does that mean it was an American cheese?
Yeah.
Single, yeah.
No,
All right. It was
no.
sheathed American cheese.
No, it was American cheese product.
cheese food product. Exactly.
It's isn't that the trademark name? American cheese?
Government
right.
cheese.
True false this time.
Nacho.
Everybody gets true false. Are we currently living in a time period where kids today in their 30s are poorer than their parents were in their 30s?
I'll say true.
True. They have no savings. Yeah. And equity.
Okay.
No homes.
If
And
it's a
their
straight
parents were
volume,
at
but
the
if it's
same age?
If it's a percentage against cost of living, then I'm going to say it's true. But if it's just how much they're making, volume that they're making, I'm going to say that's false. So
Wait, true or false? You're trying to get both of them. Just say true or false.
I'm going to say false just so I can argue with you.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to say false.
All right. This is an absolutely true fact because it was on MSNBC. I did not get this from anywhere else. It's 100% true.
But it's a percentage against the cost of living.
The fact that housing prices are so much higher today than they were 30 years ago, the fact that it's such a greater percentage of their income. Mm-hmm. So our first house might have been 25% of your income. Theirs today, their mortgage payment, even though interest rates are lower, they're at 8% compared to the 10 or 11 that we had when we first bought our first house. It's as high as 44%. Mm-hmm. All right. And food costs are up. And so they are actually the first generation in American history.
Read the question exactly the way you read it.
Why is that? So you can argue with me?
So I can argue with you.
I'm the judge.
No, because you asked if they're richer, and I guarantee you the average 30-year-old today makes more than the average 30-year-old 30 years ago.
Adjust for inflation, and it's less.
You didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything about
You
inflation.
didn't say anything about cost of
Adjust
living.
for cost today, and it's less.
But
money.
richer's just how much you got.
I don't know.
Yeah, but talk about net value because the reality of it is when I came out of college, it was 1 week. It was, 1 week should be your shelter, your rent or whatever. And now it's up to 50% of your monthly earnings.
Yeah, it's 33% is where you're supposed to be.
Right.
I think it's climbing.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not realistic, unfortunately.
Lenny, something amazing happened on June 16th.
Okay.
Right? June 16th is a red letter day in American history. What happened on June 16th?
Where are we in the world today? June 16th.
Mm-hmm.
Mike watched Life is Beautiful and got confused thinking it was a documentary.
I think I know this, but. See, I'm like Joe Biden. I freeze.
Oh, you froze. We were counting the seconds. Troy was getting ready to reach and grab your arm.
Thank you very much. But then we'll hold it up and we'll weigh into the crowd.
It was still less than 11 seconds.
It was still less than 11 seconds. And I
June
was uncomfortable.
16th was what day of the week? Where are we in the world?
Sunday.
There wasn't a full moon. There was. It wasn't a rocket launch. I'm going with somebody got picked by a shark.
Troy?
That's a red letter day?
Disprove that.
Red letter day. Well, for the Sharks. I didn't know we were counting for them today.
It depends on who you're asking, right? The person who got bit by that shark, it was a red letter day.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it had something to do with our national debt reaching a threshold.
Oh, there you go.
Wait.
The only thing I can remember from June 16th was Bryson DeChambeau winning the U.S. Open.
That was a red letter day in golf. Amanda, can you get this right? Because they are all wrong.
I know they're all wrong, but I don't know the answer. It was Father's Day.
June 16th, 2015 is the day that Donald Trump descended the escalator and laid chaos to the political landscape.
Oh, God.
A red letter day.
You're right. That was a horrible day.
All right, Troy Blevins.
Our red letter day is
Most of the
good.
people there were paid actors
Red
anyway.
letter days can be good or bad.
Day that will
I
go
thought
down
red
in
letter
infamy.
days were good.
They're just important.
Red
things.
letter days are good.
Where's Melania?
All right. Last year, the Indiana Fever, through 20 games, drew 81,000 fans. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Through 5 games this year, what has their attendance been?
I think their stadium holds 17,000. So I'm going to say through the first
five games,
because they're about 25 games in right now. So through the first 5 games, I'm going to say 90,000.
90,000. Blake?
You did the math. I gave you time to do the math over there.
I really want to go higher, but I'm worried that you two are just gonna go Price is Right and just add one more dollar to it. I see you, Amanda. I see you over there.
We're pinched either way, Blake. So
Okay. 91,338.
91,338. Amanda.
I'll say 91,340.
I'll stick to my round numbers and just call it an even 90K.
90.
So is that what I said?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, 90,001. Well, you know.
As Blake would have told you, take the points, Lenny. Take the points, Lenny. So you had it, and you had a point, and then you gave it away. So
I talked you.
the actual answer.
Sorry, lady. That one's on me.
The actual answer
I'll
to the
get you next
first.
door.
So they had 81,000 plus some change for 20 games last year at home. Caitlin Clark is now their number one pick. In the first 5 games this year, they had 82,000 people show up for the first 5 games. So all of you gave them a little more credit than what they had. Troy, again, undersold women's sports, and that's why he won that question.
What do you mean I undersold? I still was over by 8,000.
You should have said 200,000.
No, it was a math question. I knew how big the arena was.
I'm just kidding you. And I don't think they're 25 games in.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that deep in the season.
I think they've won 3 in a row, and at one point they were 2-12.
Yep.
So they're about they got to be close to 20 games, if not 25.
Kathy actually got the closest of all of the
Secretary of State of
guesses.
Missouri.
So right now it's Amanda 2, Lenny 2, Troy 3, Blake 3, Tim with 1, and Kathy with 2.
The Beaver are 6 and 10.
6 and 10. Oh, so
least
it's
I'm
only
on the board.
16. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was less than that. All right, so in what state is the oldest church, continuously operated church in the United States? In
Church.
what state? Yep.
In what state?
In what state?
Who's going first?
Blake.
Florida.
I'm going to say Florida, too.
Virginia.
This is dangerous for you.
Yeah.
You're supposed to know trivia.
But the Basilica kind of disintegrated at one point and got taken out for a little bit, even though it's considered the oldest Catholic church. I'm going to stay with Florida also.
I was shocked by this answer.
Yeah.
This kind of popped up along one of the news feeds that I had this week. Florida, easy. It was, you just go Florida, Florida, Florida. That was the Basilica was not the original church. There were several other locations.
Yeah.
This is the original church that was built in the 1600s and was built in
Boston.
Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Santa Fe, New Mexico.
That was Catholic also.
It's Catholic as well.
Also, yeah.
But I looked at it, I said, what a phenomenal trivia question, because you're in Florida, you're going to, and we're the oldest city. It has to be Florida.
Yeah.
But this church was built.
Is there a picture of it? I might have been there.
There is, but I didn't print that side of it.
But I
Hand
was-
that to Trivia Troy over there.
Yeah.
He can use that.
No, I
one.
like that one.
That's a good question.
Yeah. So what was the year?
Early 1600s.
Okay.
Early
So about 50
1600s.
years after the service at where the big cross is,
Cross.
Correct.
at the mission.
On the back,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So there are 10 cities that are the most popular cities that people are moving to. Okay. There's
Oh, see, here you go. I got it. It was destroyed in 1680.
the Basilica was destroyed,
Yeah, the Basilica was destroyed too, and this one was destroyed in 1682.
Yeah.
So
but the Basilica
Now
was
it's
destroyed in the
now it's
1700s.
in question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1700s. I'm
Yeah.
just that's the
Yeah,
older.
yeah.
If you read further in there was a couple of walls that they saved. So anyway,
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
That's because they didn't need a building permit
Yes.
at that point.
Yes. They would still be waiting on
Building permits, schmermits. All right. So now we got the.
churches
all right,
to get by.
So
I know.
can you name? So the
They
question
should
is
be paying
the top 10 cities that people are moving to. Right.
Okay.
So we're going to go around. Everybody gets 2 guesses unless we run out. So
Is there any bonus points for the number one answer?
I'll give you a bonus, but it's a 2 for 1 if you get the bonus, the number 1.
This is all
Okay.
the U.S.
To all in all the
All
United
in the
States.
US.
Top
Moving
10
to
cities.
in the
Okay, and
United
it's
States.
cities.
Cities people are relocating
and
to.
Relocating
And it's
to.
by volume, not by percentage.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Relocation spots. All right. Who's up first?
Me, I think.
Yep. You.
I'm gonna say Austin, Texas.
Austin is not on this list.
Ooh,
Nashville.
that was my other one.
What'd you say?
Nashville.
Nashville not on the list.
All right.
Ain't bringing up Vegas, then.
Actually, I think I'm going to shock some people with this one. I'm going to go Jacksonville.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9 on the list.
What you looking at?
I ain't
What you
looking.
looking
I
at?
ain't looking at
I'm
it.
looking at your eyes.
Amanda.
They jump back up.
What do you got, Blake?
Birmingham, Alabama.
It's not on the list. It was on one of our lists previously, but it's not on this one. Amanda?
All right. City people are moving to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Dallas, Texas.
Nope.
Tampa.
Tampa's not on the list. And there are a lot of people moving.
Thanks for saying that one. Huh?
Saved you. Saved you. Okay.
Yeah. How about Denver?
Not on the list. There's actually an exodus out of Colorado right
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Colorado's a
But
mess.
I thought the people that were moving into Denver, and
No, they're moving out of Denver too.
Okay.
It's not good.
Denver's not pretty right
Not
now.
Denver's
It's not
not
as
a-
pretty as it was 20 years ago. That's for sure.
All right, Blake, last chance at the 2 for 1.
I can't say damn word, but
Did
yeah.
you already go?
Yeah, I said Denver.
Okay.
Denver was incorrect.
Pittsburgh.
No. So here's your
Wait,
list.
One more time, or
Here's your list. Number 10, Asheville. Number 9, Jacksonville. 8, Knoxville, Tennessee. 7, Phoenix. 6, Raleigh, North Carolina. 5, Charlotte, North Carolina. 4, Greenville, Spartanburg, South Carolina. 3 is Houston. 2, Ocala, Florida.
Ocala.
And Ocala. And number 1, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Really?
Yeah.
It's random.
Ocala.
Yes.
A lot of miniature golf fans.
Ocala, I guess that's the
That
religious
trashy
or
ass
something.
town?
Yeah, well, all right. Well,
That's
that could
what-
work.
That's
yeah.
what I'm thinking.
That makes sense.
All
I don't
right.
think
But
so.
there was a Billy Bob Thornton movie
Yeah.
where I was watching it, and they said Ocala.
Ocala.
Okay. I'm from a small town
That
in
Sling-
Oakland.
Sling
No,
Blade?
it wasn't Sling Blade. It was another one, but I can't remember the name
French
of
fried
it. One of his
potatoes.
bad
mhm.
ones.
Yeah.
All right. Joe Biden is doing poorly in some polling, right? It's just all polling now. It doesn't matter because you got to actually vote in the election. But polling, there's a voting block that he is doing horrible with. All right. So what voting block, what gender, what ethnicity voting block is he doing horribly with? He had a 13-point lead. It's down to an 8-point lead with this voting block. Lenny?
Hispanics.
White women.
18 to 24-year-olds.
These are all great answers, by the way.
Yeah, you said 13-point lead, and it's down to 8.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with. You didn't say a race. You just said an age.
I said,
It just says
He just said he gave an age demographic.
yeah.
All right. So if we can do that, yeah, I think it's 18 to 24-year-olds.
It's women. He is doing the worst with women voters of any Democrat in 20 years, which is amazing because of all the stuff that happened 2 years ago at the Supreme Court, which, according to people, turned out a lot of women to vote in the midterm. So, kind of amazing to see that. So, yeah, I thought that was.
But it's the groceries. It's what we're paying.
It's not just groceries;
Yeah.
it's security also.
Yeah, well,
It's security, and it's the increased crime, and it's the cost of groceries.
It's the cost of groceries. It's a cost of living, period, and it's changed. These are the people that are writing the checks in a lot of households. So,
All right, which MSNBC host stopped by The View this week to claim that the Supreme Court is flagrantly corrupt?
Flagrantly.
This is this is NBC host that has said we have to listen to the courts as far as Trump is concerned, but the Supreme Court is flagrantly corrupt. Which MSNBC host?
well, here, and I'm proud to say this. I don't know a single MSNBC.
I am more proud of you. You have come a long way.
I'm proud to
You've come
say
a
it.
long way, Mr. CNN.
I'll throw something out there. Don Lemon. I don't even know if he's working right now.
He's unemployed right
Yeah,
now.
okay.
just
And
got
we're not
fired.
hiring him on this
Okay,
network. I
I-
asked Pete and he said no.
He just got fired by Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
It's been tough
He asked
slog.
some questions.
Yeah.
He asked
What do you
him
got, Blake
really
Blevins?
stupid questions.
Yeah, they were bad.
Oh, I didn't realize you were that dumb.
This interview is over and I'm canceling your contract. All right, what do you got?
I'm gonna say Rachel Maddow.
The only one anyone knows on MSNBC is Rachel Maddow. So
She's
I'm
still
gonna
there.
say-
Hey, KK Tour's on. Joe's Morning Joe's still on.
Who?
Oh, you had a crush on him.
On Baghdad Bob? On
Morning
Baghdad
Joe,
Bob?
on
Yeah,
Morning
he's
Joe.
Baghdad Bob.
Willie
these
Geist
days.
is still on there.
He is
Morning-
Baghdad
You had a
Bob.
crush on Morning Joe for a while on the
that's
radio
because
show.
he thought that, we'll pump Trump up through the primary and then we'll crush him and Hillary will win. And that was it. So, Lenny, who do you got?
I'll go with Joe Scarborough.
All right. The actual answer is Rachel Maddow.
Yeah.
Yes, Harry
Wow.
Potter is the answer. So that's Blake and Amanda.
She might
right?
have my same barber too.
What?
I think I
Hey,
erased
just got a
it.
little more on top than you.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
But she doesn't have
If you migrated this to here,
yeah.
then that's the same amount cranium wide.
All right. In Yellowstone, there was a rare birth of an animal. So you have to tell me the animal,
Dutton.
the animal, and the color of the animal. So it's a rare, very, very rare.
You're gonna start with me. I don't want to start.
I think
Uh-huh.
it's Blake.
Yeah.
I went first because I did not
that's
know.
right.
I didn't know
I
that
didn't
Don
know.
Lemon
I
did
know who
the
Rachel
job.
Maddow is, but I didn't know what network she was on.
All right, Blake.
I'm really glad that you guys actually talk about the bird and not the TV show because I still haven't seen a single episode yet. I'm sorry,
You're
Dad.
missing
It's
out.
okay.
And sorry.
Sorry, it's not a documentary.
I thought it was.
But it also
Sorry, Kevin
Oh,
Costner as well.
encourages corruption and murder.
You think TV shows do that?
I think
I
that one
can't.
does.
You know
Can
what
I
happened to
answer
you
my
and your
damn
kids?
answer
Can
already,
your
please?
son answer the question,
He
please?
piped in first.
All right, you
It was Lee's
kids.
All
fault
right.
Hey, I got an answer. Would you hurry
You
up?
know what?
today.
Dodo bird pink.
Okay, Dodo Bird Pink in Yellowstone for the win.
All right, Yellowstone they're known for buffalo. That's the animal I think of. And if it's notable, I'm gonna say a white buffalo.
Yeah,
I thought it was. I thought you said it was a bird.
No, I said an
Birth.
animal.
Oh,
What?
bird. Oh, I think you said it was a bird.
Yeah,
Birth.
with Amanda.
When he
And
said
I'll-
dodo bird, it kind of
albino
confirmed
bison.
that.
Birth.
So, what'd you say with?
White buffalo.
Yeah, okay.
Isn't that a fragrance? Oh, that's white diamonds. An albino bison.
Yeah, an albino American buffalo.
All of you are right, although naming it something else. Because this is not Jeopardy, so we're okay there. It is a white bison, and Blake is mad.
You said bird.
I did not
said
say
birth.
birth.
Should I make the
I'm glad
distinction
I
between
asked.
buffalo and a bison or
Why'd
two
you give
different
me a
animals?
point?
I'm gonna fight for my point. Damn
I
it!
think you gave him a point.
Who did I? Amanda.
Yeah.
Sorry. One,
Yeah.
two,
So,
three,
so
four.
you're saying Yellowstone encourages violence and corruption?
No, it
Okay,
it doesn't
so does
encourage it.
House of Cards.
Thank you
so
very much.
does-
Absolutely.
Game of Thrones.
Yes.
All
I
of
can't
it.
So does
believe
Dexter.
Sopranos.
So does-
Game of Thrones
His,
is a little
his
bit more.
mom and dad let him listen to that music. Oh my gosh, you've turned into your parents.
You know,
Oh, absolutely.
In my world,
Did you
it is
listen to
not
the
promoted
devil music?
violence.
Hold on. So you guys don't have a problem with a show like the House of Cards that condones murder and corruption, or more importantly, the fact that the state of Montana, according to the Duttons, can do anything they want. They can kill people. They can suborn
No.
murder and get away with it. And
No, because I know it's not a documentary. You sound like him. You sound like him.
And this is America. You think people can differentiate the fact that that's not
Yes.
real?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
You have more faith in people than I do.
I have a lot of faith in people.
The only thing that people should care about Montana is underneath Yellowstone. There's a super active. There's a potential. If the volcano erupts, we all die, and that's the only reason why people should care about Montana. Anything else,
we won't
Liz
have to
Cheney
worry about
sucks. Dick
rising
Cheney sucks.
tides.
No one gives a crap about Montana except for the Cheney
Well,
family.
It's very interesting you should bring up volcanoes. The very next question. America's most dangerous volcano is recharging 43 years after its catastrophic eruption that was the worst in U.S. history. Name that volcano.
Is it me?
Yep.
Mount St. Helen.
Again, agree.
Again is not the name of a volcano.
Well, he's on first. Mount St. Helens.
I'm going to go with it erupted in 8th grade for you. You are obviously older.
I am
Mount
older.
St. Helen.
Mount St. Helen.
You had the answer. You had it. You just said it. No, it is at Mount St.
I was going to say the 43 years
That
gave
one
it
didn't
away.
go.
I know. I was trying to be nice to you guys on that one.
Yeah.
All right, everybody got that. All right. Oh gosh, this is one of the best questions I've ever asked on this show.
Oh,
There was
man.
a sci-fi
It's a beautiful
movie.
life.
There was a sci-fi movie that came out in the 1980s. There was only one made. There has never been the sequel to it or the next movie after it. It was announced this week that it is in production. It is going to come out. So it is one of those hallmark sci-fi movies that if you mention the name of it, you're like, that is one of the best sci-fi movies of the 1980s.
It's you.
Face you're
Oh, great.
giving.
And I get to go first?
Yes.
Yeah, it's you.
The Sopranos are not sci-fi. Yellowstone is not a documentary.
And by the way, that
Still
was
fictional.
And by the way, that was another one where you got these middle-aged men walking around Newark with a baseball bat, beating people up, and nobody does anything.
That was called The Warriors. That was that movie.
Oh, that was a good movie.
See?
Warriors, come out and play.
I get him on a
You know what it
violence
was?
before the end of the
It
show.
was fictional.
Yeah.
All right.
Situation specific acceptance
This one's
of
a
fiction.
documentary.
Standalone sci-fi movie
Yep.
in the 80s.
Is every sci-fi movie that is except this one has had a sequel or a prequel or something happen to it. This is the only one that has not.
12 Monkeys.
Not in the 80s.
Not in the 80s.
Phone home.
You got E.T. That's a great guess, by the way.
You said it was a great movie.
Great. Yep.
I'm gonna say Spaceballs.
The fact that you took that sci-fi,
Sci-fi, yeah.
I love the way you're thinking on that one.
I did see a headline that included the word Spaceballs this week, but I didn't read the art. I'm going with Spaceballs too.
The answer is Spaceballs, which is such a better movie than E.T.
No, it wasn't great yogurt.
Did I throw up at hold on here?
man.
Yeah, you did. You threw up on stage
Yes.
at the amphitheater at the showing of E.T.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's great.
Well,
yeah.
just for perspective, so I finally watched E.T. in the 8th Street Playhouse in Manhattan, and I sit through the majority of the movie, and they got this, spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen this 100-year-old movie, they got the little Twidget sitting on his operating table. I walked out. I was done. I couldn't cope it.
So right now, Amanda has 6, Lenny 4, Troy 7, Blake 6, Tim 1, Kathy 3, Andy 1, and Baby
Hey, can I
1.
tell you a story about the land?
No, hang on. Joe Biden and Congress passed a law shortly after he was elected, allocating $42 billion to bring broadband to areas like ours that are just remote, rural. Didn't even know what the internet was when he was elected. How many people has this plan connected to the internet?
How much was it? 42 billion?
$42 billion. How many people have been connected
Okay,
to the
I'm going
internet?
to say it matches the amount of miles of wall that Trump was able to build.
Love this answer. It's awesome.
Actually, I'm going to just throw a number out. 69,000.
69,000.
I'm gonna say 93,164.
93,164. All right.
I think if you're asking this question, it's probably a much smaller number. So I'm going to say 6,900.
Lenny?
55,000.
55,000. So Amanda was right in her reasoning and thought. $42 billion has been allocated to bring broadband to the rural areas so that people will be able to finally get the internet.
You stole it.
Zero.
Zero.
Not
Zero.
one person.
gonna go
Not
zero.
one person has been connected.
So it did
Not
match the
one.
wall.
Not one person has been connected.
Hey,
They actually did get more wall than they got
Yeah,
people
They
connected
get
to the
more
internet.
wall than they've got people
I
connected to the
think they
internet.
got like 100 miles of wall.
Did
That's
get
more than,
one wall.
than we got people to the
There
internet.
you go. I
right.
should have stuck with that.
So, because we have a tiebreaker here, since there's all these issues, according to the government, what year do they think they will break ground on this project? $42 billion allocated. What year will they break ground? Amanda's got 7, Troy's got 7, Blake's got 6. Try not to get me in a 3-way tie here at the end. What year?
How do I have 7? Lenny got that point.
No.
You had 0.
No. She had
No,
6,900.
I had 6,900.
And
He
he
had
had
55,000.
He had 5,500.
Oh,
Yeah,
5,500?
5,500.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So we don't have a tie. Winner!
Winner, chicken dinner.
You're
So-
welcome.
God, honesty got you the win. So Blake finished in a very close second with 6. Troy had
Tied with
first
me.
place. Yep. Amanda was
homeschooler.
tied. Lenny with Lenny of the good showing. You had more questions right today than in all the weeks and months that you've been playing this game combined. This is improvement.
He's
well, he
been
got
studying.
one gimme.
Yeah.
What was the year?
Huh?
What was the year?
2025.
25.
So it was
So
approved
next year.
in 2021. So it'll take until they break ground on it. Still no word on
I
when
would
somebody
have
will
had
connect
it in
to
the
it.
late 30s, so you would have won the tie. So
I
thank
have
you for
heard-
saving me the win.
I have heard the rumor that Al Gore will be the first one connected to it.
Yeah.
Just a rumor.
Is he the one? Is he the one with the gold shovel to break ground? He should be. That'd be
Yes.
hilarious.
The golden
just
spike.
for the
The
memes.
Golden spike. Kathy, it wasn't a trick question. It
What
was a
about
real
Bollox?
question.
What about Bollox?
Yeah,
tonight?
what's on tonight?
Bollox, this is a show, Amanda, you'd be great on. It's catchphrases on TV shows and movies.
This is
Nice.
fun. And movies.
Oh, well, they can be any catchphrases.
Oh, I thought we were doing TV shows. Now I got to go back and start all over again.
I change you. I throw you curveballs all the time.
That's all right. I'm not worried.
What catchphrase is your favorite catchphrase?
Killing me, Smalls.
Killing me smalls. That's actually
that's why you got
pretty good.
movies in there because you wanted. That's why I put movies in there so I could use that one.
Actually,
It's
the
all,
other one.
hey, it's all ball bearings.
It's all ball
It's
bearings.
all ball bearings.
Yes.
Ball bearings.
John Cocktoson.
My favorite one, and it never gets old at my house to me.
Inconceivable.
My car just hit a water buffalo. Can I borrow your towel?
Oh, John Cocktoson.
So yes, that's it. Blake, any catchphrase for you?
Meow.
Meow.
Yeah, I don't know what that's from.
I don't know what that's from either.
Yeah.
By the way, Spaceballs, I'm incredibly looking forward to number
Yeah.
2.
They're
We
gonna
talked
ruin
about it
They're
yesterday.
gonna ruin it.
Is Mel
Without
Brooks-
John
is
Candy.
Mel
Mel
Brooks
Brooks is directing, Mel Brooks is writing, and he's picked all the people that are writing this story. So I am very, very
involved?
happy
My
with
wife
this.
is very, very happy. That's one of
Yeah.
her favorite
No.
movies in the world.
Yeah.
When we did comedians, Mel Brooks was in my top 3.
Yeah.
Isn't
To me, he's
Oh,
a
awesome.
genius.
isn't Lone Star dead though?
Yes, but that doesn't mean
No
they can't
Lone Star, no Mog.
Yeah, no Mog.
What are we doing?
It'll be all right. It'll work itself
It's
out.
not gonna be okay.
It's gonna be fine.
No Mog is instantly who I
Lone
went
Star
to.
had a listen. Trust me. There's no way if you take the suckiness of the last 3 Star Wars movies and combine all of those, that Mel Brooks with one joke won't be better than those 3
Yeah.
movies combined.
And Mog,
That's such a low bar.
and Mog obviously
I
had
didn't say
several
it.
litters.
Disney did.
Mog had several litters, so
Yeah.
Did he?
so we're good.
You were
Did he?
good.
Yeah.
Oh, he had litters.
Oh yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
He was
The other one
He was
who-
a very attractive.
Who was Joan Rivers? Was the robot?
Yeah,
She's
she
no
was the
longer with
robot.
us as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
Her daughter's alive.
She could do it. She can do it. Catwoman, Michelle.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, that was a wasted Catwoman. I'm going to tell you, that was one of the worst Batman movies ever.
Halle Berry.
With
Julie Newmar.
no, you had
Batman
Michelle
2.
Pfeiffer, Batman 2.
No, there's only one.
I
Halle
understand what
Berry.
you're saying. I
Yeah,
get that.
yeah.
So apparently, you haven't watched the latest Batman with whoever the dude is. That's the latest Batman.
Wasn't that Princess Diary Girls who was
Is it-
Catwoman for that one?
Is that a Marvel movie?
Is that?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway.
It's rated D or C.
It's
So
if there's a D and a C,
it's
no,
rated D or
it's-
C.
It's no
so
good.
It's below average.
below
Davey
average.
was saying
Yeah.
the line meow is Catwoman Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, okay, that's where it was. The
That's
Catwoman.
Suddenly, what
Catchphrase.
Blake
All right, thank
said
you.
is creeping me out.
Nobody remembers Julie Newmar?
Yeah, because he looks so much like Michelle.
We
Pfeiffer.
do.
Julie, yes, I do.
Yes.
There was Aretha Kitt. Was she that
Eartha
one?
Kitt.
Eartha Kitt was
Kitt.
the other. Yes,
Yep.
both were
And-
phenomenal.
And Lee Merriweather.
Yes.
I don't know who you guys are talking about.
We're
We should
talking
be
about the
should be
Batman
talking about-
series.
Should be talking about Halle Berry.
We're after 6 o'clock and we're going down a pussy rabbit hole. We need to end this.
Whoa,
She's talking about Catwoman.
whoa, kitty.
About Catwoman. Everybody settle down in here, Blake. Blake, quit looking that up on OnlyFans. All right, this is the Mike Davis Show. We will be back next week. Enjoy
everybody.
Bollox and the show tomorrow morning.
Defend-